Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showcasing a mock from my Jungle series, which is currently a set of 4 characters who are inspired by kind of just like jungle-esque animals, usually like wild creatures, mammals, that sort. And this guy is called the blue rhinoceros beetle. He's got spikes all around, very sharp edges, especially on the calves. We'll get to that later. And I guess the point of this mock was to have an agile, kind of like sharp character. There are 3. The first one was the red jaguar, who I'll showcase later. And the second one I created was the yellow caracal, which is a little more stubby. This one I think was 3rd, so I wanted to add some variety. And he is lanky though, in similarity to the red jaguar. He definitely adds some contrast to the entire series because the 4th one has different proportions as well. That's the climbing mouse, the Asian climbing mouse. And basically the entire premise of the series is to get a lot of inspiration from animals, from the jungle, and also insects and things like that. So this guy is a beetle. The other 3 are some form of mammal, but he's also got the rhinoceros look going on. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty good mesh of concepts where you have a rhinoceros which has like the same sharp edges as a beetle, but they also look pretty different. So just quickly, I'm gonna do a 360 of the mock just so you guys can see all the shapes and parts that I incorporated into this. So as you guys can see, he's got very wide shoulders, broad shoulders, and then very thin proportions hanging off of that frame. A subscriber requested to see this one early, so yeah, here it is. Let's go quickly through other parts of the build that I think are highlights. Just the Chima Speeder's fairing top piece, whatever these are called. I forgot the character, but it's an eagle set that I got this in. This just sits over the little Technic assemblies under here. And then you've got a Matoran foot here, a Tahunga foot maybe? I'm not sure of the name. It's been a while, but I think these 2 shapes go pretty well together. They're connected here using this very useful technique. I don't know who made it, but it's the turntables that have little spacers and then some pinholes with pins going out. So there's a joint there, and we will go through the articulation later. The forearms are using the invasion from below top halves in blue. I think those were the like commander or like the more important of the creatures. I mean, obviously you had the much larger villains in that wave, kind of like clone troopers. These would be the ones in charge, I'm pretty sure, the ones with the blue. And then the other part usages, I mean, the thighs are just an amalgamation of some system parts. You got flags here in the back, and then you got a slope covering it, and then the classic Mata foot thigh. The lower legs are, I think, my favorite part of the build, just because I was actually shocked by how well it worked. I was not expecting them to fit this well and actually keep some friction. But these are from G2 Pohatu. These were his boomerang pieces. And you would get 2 halves, so you'd only really need to get like 1 weapon and you'd be able to make these legs. And I thought this was pretty cool. I haven't seen this piece be used for legs yet. I think I've seen someone use them for arms, I'm pretty sure. The way they connect is through these sandwich between a bar that's just sticking out, that's keeping it there and having keeping some friction. And then you've got a robot finger and then a robot hand piece, a claw with a bar going in. And then to reinforce it, you've got a 1x1 black open stud. So yeah, that's all the nice part usages, NPUs, and just the 360. The next part will be the articulation. So for the head articulation, like I said, this is mounted on a ball joint and basically goes all around because it's universal. So first off, we've got a full 360 on the head. Tilt, very good tilt. I think like neck articulation for mocks is actually very, very important. I think action figure reviewers and enthusiasts, Gundam model kit builders as well know this. For dynamic posing, the head has to be able to turn in all directions. So the side can go up, not that far, but you can go down very well. You can look at the speeder's torso, so that's pretty good. For his shoulders, lots of free range. So you can go past the T here. There's not much mobility going in the front, like moving his shoulders in front, unless you also articulate the shoulders. So there is a workaround. But if you were to just move his arms in the front as is, I don't know if you guys can see that, this piece kind of pops off. You can just slightly move it before. So you see the CCBS piece here. You just move it back yourself before posing him, because if you're following the Instagram, you'll see he can get into pretty dynamic poses. But yeah, his arms can go all the way in front, slightly cross, you can see there. Just be careful of the shoulder piece. Now for the elbows, pretty simple but very effective. Let's just get the camera angle right. Yeah, these can move all the way in, and he does have pretty thin forearms, so that definitely helps. But I really like this elbow design just because it doesn't look too weird, or like the elbow is not jutting out that much. And also I smoothed it out with these system pieces here. It allows for a lot of mobility, and I use this general frame for the arms for a lot of mocks because it's just so useful. Now for the wrists, you have to be careful about this because this invasion from below piece has not that much clearance for mobility, but you can rotate the wrist. Yeah, see what's going on. The piece likes to come off. You can fix this by just moving it out already. So if I were to just move this piece out, you would be able to actually get a 360 on the wrist. You see that? Wrist, lots of articulation. Fingers are what you would expect. It's all around movement. Now, for the torso, like I said, this is using a turntable piece that is connected to some spacers. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then there is a pinhole connector with a pin going in. And that allows for quite a bit of mobility. So I don't know if you guys saw that there. This piece can sometimes tuck in. If you want to get an ab crunch, you want it to tuck out. So lots of nice mobility. Just make sure that the beak doesn't tuck in. Also from that joint, you will get some rotation, not full 360, but good mobility. Definitely enough for some nice poses. Now for the legs, so much space is allocated around the waist and torso due to the lanky proportions. So literally any kind of kicking, there's a lot of clearance right here. Right here. So that allows for the hips to move wherever. The leg, not much. I guess it's just due to the nature of the piece, where you have this cutout that basically blocks any further movement, plus this bar that has to stay there to keep it in place. So a little less than 90. Not the best knee. Definitely might be the worst articulated knee that I've made. I think it's worth it for using these Pohatu boomerangs. The feet move as you would expect them to get a little bit more mobility, especially for when he's standing straight and you want him to not fall over. Extend the ball joint out just a little bit. Now quickly, I'm just gonna get him into two poses just to show you what all the articulation looks like combined. So first, let's just make use of the hip mobility. Maybe get like a crouching pose. Also using the ab crunch that he's got. Not much upper head movement, so I might be looking down. But here on the CCBS piece, you want to move it out beforehand. And kind of like a Iron Man posing. Kneeling pose. Looks pretty cool. Ankle pivot. It's pretty necessary for this. What's another nice pose you can do with this guy? Maybe a jumping pose. I mean, that looks nice as well. Like he's jumping off of some platform or something. Looks pretty cool, even with the limited knee articulation. Yeah. His silhouette allows for a lot of dynamic posing, even without putting him in like crazy poses. He just looks very dynamic no matter what he's doing. His proportions are slightly inspired by Evangelion. I think a lot of my mocks are. Another pose, we could do a kick out. So using both the ab crunch and the rotation, plus the neck articulation, you can get him kind of doing like a taekwondo or karate kick. Drop down kick, actually, where he's using both feet. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, posting this guy's a lot of fun. So that brings me to the end of this concentrated review of the blue Beetle. If you guys have any more questions or want a follow-up video, I am all ears. I just saw the comment telling me what this guy's favorite of the Jungle series is, and I recorded it today, so I love making this content for you guys and also for me. This is a fun hobby for sure. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section what mocks you want to see next. Thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video.